I think Gaethje, if he beats Ilia Topuria, that's the greatest upset of all time.
If he beats Ilia Topuria at UFC Freedom 250, it's bigger. It's beyond just MMA UFC.
Yeah.
Miracle on Ice, fuck off.
It doesn't take a nuclear physicist to tell you that Topuria is the better fighter than Gaethje and is probably gonna knock him out early. In fact, that's what everyone's saying. But today we're not here to talk about the popular opinion. That would be too easy. Instead, we're looking at the other side, the side that nobody wants to talk about. The side that says maybe, just maybe, Justin Gaethje is not walking into this fight as some washed up sacrifice for Ilia Topuria. Maybe Justin is just the right matchup, who has exactly what it takes to break the unbreakable. And that's why this fight is more interesting than people think, because everyone is already writing Justin off. Everyone is looking at Topuria like he already won, and counting out the grizzled, patriotic American veteran who will be fighting to defend his country in front of the entire world. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining exactly why I think Justin Gaethje might beat Ilia Topuria, starting off with the most obvious reason.
You know, in high school, PR kind of ruined this saying for me, but if one man can hold you down, two can rape you. And I will be damned if one man can hold me down. And I will be damned if one man can hold me down.
Justin Gaethje wasn't just some guy who wrestled in high school. This man was a legitimate wrestler, a two-time Arizona State champion, an NCAA Division I All-American, placing 7th at the NCAA Championships. Wow. So when people talk about Justin Gaethje like he's just some caveman with leg kicks, I think we're forgetting something very important. This caveman has credentials, and his wrestling is so good, so advanced, so powerful, so sacred that he has barely even had to use it in the UFC. That's how good it is. Most fighters wrestle because they have to. Justin Gaethje doesn't wrestle because, quite frankly, it would be irresponsible. And yeah, I know what people are gonna say. Topuria can wrestle too. Of course he can, but that's different. That's Caucasus Mountain wrestling. That's wrestle with your boys in a bathtub wrestling. Very respectable, very scary. But this is not the same as real red, white, and blue, all-American wrestling. That's not the same as growing up in Arizona getting double-legged on a dusty wrestling mat under fluorescent lights by a kid named Cody whose dad owns a lifted truck wrestling. That's a different kind of trauma. That's not just wrestling, that's a government program. And that's what makes this interesting, because everyone is looking at this like it's gonna be a boxing match. But Justin Gaethje has this secret weapon in the background that nobody ever knows what to do with, because he never shows it. It's like a fire extinguisher behind glass. You know it's there. You know it probably works. You know it could save the whole building. But for some reason, Justin keeps choosing to let the building burn down. And maybe that's the real danger here. Because if Topuria starts getting too comfortable, if he starts walking forward too confidently, if he starts thinking Justin is just going to stand there and trade with him like everybody else, there's always that tiny chance that Gaethje remembers he was an all-American wrestler. you know that kind of strength that some people have where you just can't explain it? Like there's a very specific type of person where you look at them and you're like, how are you this strong? I'm talking about that weird strength where somebody grabs your wrist and suddenly you realize this person was assembled differently. I call it special strength. And Justin Gaethje has it. And for some reason, nobody ever talks about this when they talk about Justin Gaethje's best attribute. They bring up the leg kicks, they bring up the pressure, they bring up the heart, they bring up the wrestling. But nobody talks about the special strength. And that's something you really can't train for. You either have it or you don't. I'm sure Topuria is strong. Obviously, he is. He's explosive, compact, powerful. But I think there's a different kind of strength that Justin has that Topuria might not fully understand until he's actually in there with him. Because Justin doesn't always look smooth. He doesn't always look clean, but you better believe his punches have thud. That's the thing with Justin. He's awkwardly strong. He's weirdly strong. He's suspiciously strong. And if this fight gets ugly, if they start trading, if Justin starts crashing into it, kicking his legs, grabbing, swinging, making it uncomfortable, I think that the special strength is going to matter. Because Topuria may be the cleaner fighter, but Justin Gaethje is definitely the more special one.
Look at me, look at me. The last time you got too comfortable, you got stopped.
Twice.
Okay? Look at me, you be sharp as a
Justin Gaethje used to fight like he was in a car crash. Every punch he landed, he would take two to get it. Every exchange looked like both guys were losing. Except Justin was somehow enjoying it. That was until his coach, Trevor Wittman, told him something that would change everything. He told him that you could still win a fight while also actively not trying to get hit in the face. And from that moment on, Patient Gaethje was born. Now, he still gets hit. Let's not pretend that he turned into Floyd Mayweather overnight. But there is a version of Justin Gaethje where he doesn't just chase every brawl, doesn't overextend, doesn't give you every counter you're waiting for. And that's the version that is very interesting against Topuria. Because Topuria wants you to make the first mistake. He wants you to rush in. He wants you to overreact. He wants you to throw something emotional so he can sit down, counter, and
take your fucking head off.
But what happens if Justin doesn't give him that? What happens if Justin comes out patient, calm, kicking legs, refusing to throw first, refusing to crash forward like the old Gaethje? That could really throw Topuria off, because now Topuria isn't fighting the reckless version everyone's used to. He's fighting the version that makes him wait, the version that makes him lead, the version that forces him to solve problems instead of just punishing mistakes. And if Justin Gaethje shows up as the most patient version of himself yet, Topuria may be waiting for an opening that never comes. So what am I really saying? Am I saying Justin Gaethje is definitely going to beat Ilia Topuria? No. That would be crazy. But what I'm saying is, maybe. Maybe everyone is a little too sure about this fight. Maybe everyone is looking at the clean boxing, the youth, the power, the hype, the champion aura of Topuria, and forgetting that Justin Gaethje is not a normal old fighter being led to slaughter. Because yes, it's easy to say that Justin is outclassed. It's easy to say that he's outmatched, too old, too slow, too hittable, too far removed from his prime. And maybe all of that is true. But there is another version of this fight. A version where Justin walks in there with his patience as his shield, his special strength as his armor, and his wrestling as his sword. And if that happens, this fight might be a lot more interesting than people think. So yeah, maybe Topuria knocks him out early. But maybe, just maybe, Justin Gaethje goes into that cage, defends American soil directly in front of the president, and reminds everyone that with just pure grit, determination, and heart, you can do anything. And isn't that really what the American dream is all about? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and I will keep them coming.